Welcome back to Slop Live. Today's Slopic's about the recent rap beef between Kendrick and Drake. Honestly, you've probably seen it everywhere on the internet. Anyone and everyone is covering it. I saw XQC and Hassan covered it, and I can't think of any two people whose opinion on the beef I would rather hear less than theirs. Anyway, this is basically just a summary of what happened if you don't listen to rap. If you listen to video game OSTs and anime soundtracks, whatever the hell you're into. Basically, J. Cole had a song with Drake about 6 months ago where he called him, Drake, and Kendrick the big three, as in the biggest three rappers. Nothing really happened, and then about 2 months ago, Kendrick released a song called Like That with Metro Boomin, where he says, fuck the big three, it's just big me. About 2 weeks after this, J. Cole released his own diss track on Kendrick, just friendly banter, basically calling his albums boring. And then about 2-3 days later, he apologized for it and completely removed the diss track. About a week after this, Drake releases a song called Push Ups, which is basically calling Kendrick short and makes fun of how he has to split 50% of his profits with his manager. He also has a line mentioning Kendrick's fiance. And then shortly after this, he released this weird AI song where he rapped from the perspective of Tupac and Snoop Dogg. Nothing really happened after this for about 2 weeks. Drake and his team were basically making fun, saying they had nothing to drop. And then Kendrick drops a song called Euphoria, which was a diss track entirely about Drake. 6 minutes of insulting Drake, calling him a liar, saying he fakes his accents, calling him a bad father, and a lot of other stuff. But again, aside from calling him a bad father, nothing too sinister. Then about 3 days later, when Drake was rumored to respond, Kendrick releases another song called 616 in LA, which was pretty much, I guess, a warning shot, where he basically says Drake's team is compromised, 20% of the people around him don't like him and are feeding Kendrick information. Regardless, a day later, Drake releases one called Family Matters, where he accuses Kendrick of beating his wife, or fiance, and says that Kendrick's kid is actually his manager's kid. Honestly, it's a pretty good track, and people were anticipating Kendrick's response, but not even an hour after Drake released this, Kendrick releases another song called Meet the Grahams, which was basically him writing a letter to all Drake's family members. He says he wishes Drake would die. He says to Drake's son, sorry that your dad was born, and makes hints that Drake is a predator and that he has a secret second daughter. Now, information worth knowing about Drake's son is it was actually exposed by Pusha T in a diss track about Drake a few years ago. So if what Kendrick is saying is true, then Drake is hiding another child. Now, these claims have obviously no weight or proof to them, both from Kendrick and Drake. Saying Kendrick's a domestic abuser is quite a big claim, as well as saying Drake has a second child and is a groomer. And then 24 hours later, Kendrick dropped another song called Not Like Us, where he just straight up calls Drake a pedophile and basically a culture vulture. It seems pretty unanimous that Kendrick is winning this beef so far. Honestly, by the time you listen to this, he's probably released another one. But yeah, basically Kendrick and Drake both have things to respond to. I don't really think you can even respond with another rap. You kind of have to have receipts. But yeah, if you don't listen to rap, in Fortnite terms, J. Cole died in the storm. Drake got attacked by a soccer skin, used a medkit, and then got killed by a renegade raider. And Kendrick got the victory royale so far. Yeah, you just heard a rap beef recap over footage of Fall Guys. Thanks for slopping by. Oh my god, this recording's 11 minutes. Alright, let's see how much I can edit that down.